there is a statement of the Prophet ﷺ that he said, اثنتان لا تردان أو قلما تردان. He said there are two things that are never refused, or he said rarely refused. الدعاء عند النداء وعند البأس حين يلجم بعضهم بعضا. The hadith narrated by Abu Dawud, hadith number 2540. Two du'as are not rejected, or very rarely rejected. That is the dua at the time of the adhan. How many times we hear the adhan and we're just talking over it? We may be chatting to our friends over it, and the adhan goes by and we're still chatting to our friends, and okay, after a while we get up and decide, let's go to the masjid. Or maybe we're in the masjid, the adhan goes off and we're just, getting on with our things. That's a time when dua is never or very rarely rejected. And I, subhanAllah, honestly can tell you that this is something that I have, along with what we're going to talk about next, and the time between the adhan and the iqamah, it's something that I have, whenever I can recall making dua at that time, I can barely recall a single time that dua was not accepted. Subhanallah. And that's very different from other times. You're thinking, making dua for something. The time that you make it at that time of the adhan, just after the adhan, and just after, between the adhan and the iqamah, and subhanallah, you find that, you really feel that it's a time that is very rare that dua is not accepted. So it's such an important time for a person to take advantage of. And of course, the action to do that, of course, is repeating the adhan after the mu'adhin, sending the salawat upon the Prophet ﷺ in terms of asking Allah Azza wa Jal for him, al-maqam al-mahmud, the praiseworthy station, and then using that time to make dua. And this brings us on to the topic of between the adhan and the iqamah, which is specifically mentioned in the hadith of Anas ibn Malik, in which he said, قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا يرد الدعاء بين الأذان والإقامة. Dua is not rejected between the adhan and the iqamah. The hadith is narrated by Abu Dawud, and it is narrated in hadith number 521 in Sunan Abi Dawud, that dua is not rejected between the adhan and the iqamah.